So, delta U and delta H, you must have heard about them, and in this chapter we have discussed in detail. So, what is delta U? Delta U is heat transfer at constant volume, heat transfer at constant volume. Similarly, delta H is heat transfer at constant pressure, right. So, heat transfer at constant volume and heat transfer at constant pressure, delta H. And you must have heard about bomb calorimeter, or you must have come across any question which talks about bomb calorimeter. So, bomb calorimeter is basically a setup used for the measurement of delta U, because in that chamber the volume is constant, and where you can see here heat transfer at constant volume is called delta U. So, using bomb calorimeter we calculate the value of internal energy change or delta U, and by using relation delta H equals to delta U plus delta NGRT, we can convert whatever delta U we calculate through bomb calorimeter into delta H. So, both can be calculated using bomb calorimeter. Basically direct calculation through bomb calorimeter is of internal energy change delta U, right. So, what is the formula? Formula goes like this. You must have heard of this formula ms delta T, right. And what is delta U? Delta U basically per mole, right. This is the heat transfer for m mass, right. So, for per mole you have this calculation ms delta T. So, m is mass of solvent plus mass of substance taken into specific heat into delta T upon W1 is basically mass of substance taken divided by molar mass m. So, you have this formula for calculation of internal energy, and from that we can calculate enthalpy change using this conversion, alright. So, this is what bomb calorimeter is all about. Next is enthalpy of fusion. What is fusion? So, fusion is basically melting process. So, the energy change for melting is known as enthalpy of fusion. And what should be the amount that is getting melted? For example, 1 mole of ice melts into 1 mole of water. So, energy absorbed during this process, because this is an endothermic process. So, energy absorbed during melting of 1 mole of ice into 1 mole of water is known as enthalpy of fusion. Similarly, what is the enthalpy of vaporization? That is again energy required for conversion of 1 mole of liquid into 1 mole of vapor. For example, enthalpy of vaporization of water is energy required for conversion of 1 mole of water into 1 mole of water vapor is known as enthalpy of vaporization of water, right. And the last point is enthalpy of sublimation. You must be knowing, and sublimation is a process in which there is direct conversion of solid substance into gaseous substance. Solid to gas is known as sublimation. So, the energy absorbed during this process is known as enthalpy of sublimation, provided you take 1 mole of substance. Always remember that enthalpy value is calculated for 1 mole substance, be it enthalpy of hydration, enthalpy of neutralization, enthalpy of combustion. Just remember the substance taken is 1 mole, alright.